Welcome to the Learning Lab Player Edition. This is the space where you can come and ask questions about American Mah Jongg using National Mah Jongg League rules. Feel free to ask any questions you like, and we promise to give you the source of the answers. We have a wiki at MAHJLIFE, so we'll be probably using that. If anyone has any questions, there should be a link in the video description below if you want to check that out. And if no one has any questions about the game, then we'll do some gameplay with commentary at I Love Maj. And today's topic is going to be how to recover when you discard a tile that you need. So I'm going to be forcing discards that are actually keepers. And then we're going to go on a recovery mission together. So that's the plan for today. If you're new to American Mah Jongg, write hashtag noob, N-O-O-B, in the comments section below the video if you're watching the repost or in the live stream chat. Hi, Mary, welcome. Wes, hello. We have a new channel member, Deborah. Thank you so much for supporting MAHJLIFE. Welcome. So for any new players with us today, is there anything in particular besides this recovery mission that we're going to be doing? Is there anything in particular that you'd like demonstrated? It could be anything about the game, skill, strategy, and then of course, if you have any questions about the rules, we're happy to help you there. Incidentally, this group is the YouTube version of what we provide on Facebook. So if you use Facebook, consider searching for Learning Lab hashtag MAHJLIFE, and you'll find a private Facebook group that you can join where instructors, vetted instructors, are ready to answer any questions you might have in a safe space. This broadcast is for those who don't use Facebook and anybody else who'd like to come and hang out with us, of course. We're happy to help all those who come. So I don't see any questions. So we're going to go ahead and just dig right into some gameplay with commentary. Are you ready? We'll be able to get in lots of gameplay here. So let me share my screen. I've got I Love Maj all ready to go. Here it is. Okay, so at I Love Maj, if you're unfamiliar, once you create an account and log in, you'll want to click play and go to the game launchpad or the exercise room. The exercise room, I'll just show it to you really quick. There are 5 different exercises that you can use to help build your skills. They're all excellent. I personally have a favorite, Charleston practice. That is my favorite because I think that is where you can set yourself up for success going into the pick and discard phase of the game. You want to transform that dealt hand to be in the best shape possible so that you have something strong to work with in the pick and discard phase of the game. So check this out. Since we're going to be talking about discards and we're going to force discarding keepers, we're going to play with robots. And we're going to play with the advanced bots just because I like how they play defensively. That's my understanding anyway, and my experience. So I like playing with the advanced bots. You can play with standard or intermediate. The standard are more beginners, so they're going to make some plays that are a little more like people who are new to the game. And then intermediate bots will have some additional skills and strategies coded in. So we're going to focus on advanced. Here we go. So here's our first game. And the first thing we're going to do is sort our tiles. There are 2 ways to sort your tiles. You can sort by rank, which means numbers, letters, dragons, wins. And you can see in this case, we really don't have the tiles to demonstrate why that sort by rank is helpful. I'm going to sort by suit, which is, I think, better. But there are times when sorting by rank is helpful, and I'm sure we'll have an opportunity for me to demonstrate that. In this case, we have a joker, pair flower, north, east, green, white, singles. Then we have 2, 6, 7 in BAMs with a pair of sixes, a 1, 9 crack, and then a 4 dot. So with these tiles, is there anything that your eyes are drawn to? What would you target with these tiles? And which category would you focus on? I'll give you a few seconds to figure that out, and then I'll let you know what I would do. I already know what I would do. We have a very slim start, but there's some potential there. There's potential with every hand. There's potential here. I think I would focus on 2 different, well, maybe 3 different categories. I think 3 categories, maybe 4 categories. We could maybe focus on 4 categories here. And that's because there's limited strength. There is some strength here, but, well, let's just dig into it. Okay, so we have a pair of flowers. That's the first thing I saw. Then I saw the 6-BAM pair. So that's what I would target, the multiples. American Mah Jongg is a game of multiples. Every hand on the card requires pair pung kong, some singles, and then combinations thereof. So we want to target those. You build with the end in mind. We need multiples, so that's where we start. So with the 6-BAM pair and flowers, with the rest of these tiles, I immediately saw the 7-BAM and the corresponding dragon. We do have another dragon, so I would keep that as well. Then I thought, well, maybe we could do a 3, 6, 9 hand. We have no 3, so that would be a long shot. And then I thought, well, maybe we could play a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand, but we have no 8. That would be another long shot. So we have maybe some kind of a consecutive hand or 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9 long shots. So those probably will go first. And then we'll probably focus on consecutive run unless we fill a gap. Now, what do we do with our first pass? The best we can with what we have left over. We have a wind and a number tile that can go. East 1. I would pass East 1, and then I would let something go. I think since we have a 2, 4, maybe the 9 can go. Because if we get an 8, we could do 6, 7, 8, or 2, 4, 6, 8. Versus if we get a 3, we would have to discard 2, 4, 7. So let's let the 9 go. Now that is a little bit risky, passing a 1, 9 and 1 suit, but it's the best we can do with discards. And that's okay. You do the best you can with what you have left over. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I definitely see the potential there, but I would not pick a hand yet. We have way too many options at the moment, and we have a gap. So I would just gather. We have plenty of discards until we get to that point. So let's just see what we get in this first pass. We got a 9 and a 3. Oh my goodness, look, that 3. Oh, and we got an 8. All right, so now we have 1 clear discard. 1. So now we have to pick a category. You don't have to pick a hand. We're in between categories here. So you want to trim your categories before you start looking at a hand. So we could play either 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9, or 6, 7 of some kind. 6, 7, 8, 9 of some kind. So I think what I would do, if this were me, is I'd give up on the 2, 4, 6, 8 hand, because the 4, 8 and dots are not playing well with the 6-band pair. Whereas we could play 3-6-9 with flowers, no gaps. 3-6-9 flowers, second hand down on the left. There's no gaps. So I would probably focus on 6-7-8 in BAMs or 3-6-9 and give up on 2-4-6-8. So that means the 2 can go, the 8 can go, and the 4 can go. Now with the dragon, the white dragon and the green dragon, at the moment, we have enough discards to where we can just keep them and see what comes in. So I would probably let the 2 and the 8 go and see what we get. 1-9 soap edition. That would, Anne, if we did 1-9 with the white dragon, we'd have to throw away a pair. The thing about American Mah Jongg is there's a nuance with American Mah Jongg specifically. It's a game of multiples, pair pung kong. Every hand on the card requires multiples. So if you have a multiple, you're far better off to target the multiple than single tiles. Target the multiple and keep tiles that you can use with it. And that's how you set yourself up for success. If we did 1-9 with the white dragon, we didn't have any other 1, so that would be a gap, and we'd have to throw away a pair. You want to leverage the multiples for American Mah Jongg specifically. So let's just see how this goes. We picked up a 7 dot, and we have a pair of 4s. Anytime a new multiple forms, you just want to reassess. Just make sure that there's not a way that you can incorporate it or maybe pivot or switch to another category or hand. So in this case, I don't think we can. I think we have much better potential with 6-7-8-9 or 3-6-9. And we're going to have to let a keeper go here because we have only 1 clear discard. The 4 we would need to let go of. Now we could, for example, maybe play 4-5-6 mixed suit, third hand down on the right, but we have a gap, no 5 crack, and that would be a pair gap. That is way too risky. I would not do that. So I would break that up. Then I would let something go. We have to sacrifice something. We have 3-6-9 flower, no gaps. That is the second hand down on the left. So that is what I would say is plan A. Then plan B would be maybe 6-7-8 dragon, but there's a gap. We don't have an 8 in BAMs. So we could either discard the 7 dot or the white dragon. 7 dot or white dragon. I keep waiting for the a red dragon to come in because I thought, well, maybe we could play the second hand down under Winds and Dragons, but it's just not coming. It is not coming. So one thing we could do is keep the 4, let the 7 go, and the white dragon. And that way, if we get maybe a 5 crack, we could switch or have another option. We could still do 3-6-9 or 6-7-8 with the dragon if we get an 8. There's too many ifs in there. So we're definitely in a place of weakness. We're an underdog here. So let's see what we get. Okay, we picked up a 3 bam. That is another multiple. Look, we got a 3 dot as well. So we do have a 1 bam, and it's pretty, but it's not helpful. That is a discard. So we have 3-4 dot, 3-6-7-9. 3-6-9, that's what I would focus on, 3-6-9. So I would hold the 3 dot and let this 4 dot go at some point. 3-6-9. Now, with a pair of flowers, we really don't need that dragon. 3-6-9 flower. What can we do there? Second hand down with 3-6 pair and the flowers. I think that's our best option. So we really don't even need that 3 dot. We have a hand with no gaps. So that's what I would focus on. And I would mitigate the risk in my passes and keep going. So now we can pass 3, 7, green. 3, 7, green. This 4 dot pair, I would still keep in case we get a 5. 5 crack. Okay, we did pick up a 2 bam. We have 2, 3, 6. That's not helpful. We have a 1 east. I think at this point, I would break up the 4. I don't think I'd pass a 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1 suit. That would be pretty risky. Okay, so now we have a 2, 4, west, north. We have tiles we can pass. North 2, 7. Okay, we picked up a pair west. It seems like nobody's wanting wins. We have a hand with no gaps, 3, 6, 9 flower. So let's go ahead and pass 3. North 2, 4. 2 suits. Okay, we got the 7 back, but 3, 6, 9 is still our best option. So now let's let the south go. So now remember, we're going to accidentally, quote unquote, discard a keeper at some point. Right now we have 5 clear discards, lots of discards. So we're going to gather for our hand, second hand down on the left, we only need a pair of flowers. So we're just going to let this go. Don't need it. Thankfully, we have a pair. Okay, now here's a 4. There's 3, 4. Always keep an eye on trends. 3, 4, 6. We really, at this point, don't need it because we don't have a 5 or a 2. And it looks like somebody kept the 2 bam that was going around. I would let a 4 go. And this probably will go away. There's the 2 bam. Okay, now a 7 crack came in. Let's just hold the 7s because now we have 2 7s. We just want to kind of keep an eye on that trend. A 4 dot, 2 4 dots are out. So let's let it go. We're going to ignore that. Okay, now here's a 5 and 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is why you want to keep your eye on trends and try to keep your tiles together. So at this point, I probably would let the 7 crack go. We might be able to get a joker out of this west, maybe. Don't need 1 crack. Okay, so when we get into the middle game, we're going to discard by mistake a keeper. Okay, don't need 1 dot. Okay, now we're going to the middle game now. We're officially in the middle game, 80 tiles remaining. Okay, here's a 2 bam. Now, let's accidentally discard the 9 bam. We're going to discard the 9 bam, and maybe we could, for a scenario, say, oh, look, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6. Let's let the 9 bam go because we have so much more in there. We don't need to play 3, 6, 9, even though there's a hand in there with no gaps using 2 multiples. So we're going to forget about that second hand down for a moment, being distracted by this run. So we're going to discard the 9 bam. Say, oh no, I wanted that. I should have kept that for the second hand down. So now we're on a recovery mission. However, we have options. We could switch to some kind of a consecutive hand instead of 3, 6, 9. We made a mistake. We could still recover, or we can pivot. So here's a 4-bam. We're not ready to call anything. For a 4-bam with 3-bam and 6-bam pairs, we would need to Kong that for maybe that second hand down on the left under consecutive run. Pung 3, Kong 4, Pung 5, Kong 6. We're not ready to Kong that 4. We only have one joker. Plus we have a pair of flowers. So let's just let it go. That would have been a nice tile in our hand. Okay, joker. That is a great recovery tile. So now we have 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could still maybe play 3, 6, 9 if we get a 9. It looks like, let's see, we're at 73 tiles remaining. This pair that we don't need, there's a joker tactic called joker bait. The idea is that you keep a pair you don't need, and in the middle of the game, after everyone has had time to collect keepers, you discard one to coax an exposure from an opponent with a joker. And on your next turn, you do the exchange for the joker. That's called joker bait. The sweet spot for joker bait is between 60 and 50 tiles remaining. We're at 73 tiles remaining. So we're going to keep the West for a little while. And instead, we're going to maybe discard the 2-bam. Because we could play 5, 6, 7, third hand down under consecutive run. Or we could play 3, 4, 5. So let's let the 2-bam go. Plus there's 2 out. Okay, now here, this is where we have to make a choice of some kind. So we could play 5, 6, 7 and say that's our pair. Keep everything concealed. Or we could play 4, 5, 6 and Kong with a joker and leverage the flower. We could also maybe play 3, 4, 5, 6 and Kong with a joker. Now the hand with flowers, we need a pair in there. And with the 3-bam and the 6-bam, that pair is not quite in the right place. So I think we should either leave that 6 as our pair and focus on 5, 6, 7 with flowers, or play 3, 4, 5, 6 and Kong, and then sacrifice the flowers. Incidentally, flowers do not make good joker bait because there are too many of them. Somebody else probably has flowers and they'll get to the exchange before we do. So the nice thing about the second hand down under consecutive run is you can use any number of jokers in that hand. It's a hand of least resistance, any number of jokers. And we have no gaps 2 ways. We could Pung or Kong here. Actually, let's see. Well, yeah, because we could do 3, 4, 5, 6 and leverage 2 pair, the 3-bam and the 6-bam. Or we could do 4, 5, 6, 7 and Pung. But we'd have to throw away a pair of 3s. So I would leverage the multiples. If this were my hand, I would go for the second hand down. Hand of least resistance, sacrifice the flower. So I would Kong. We're going to Kong. And we now recovered from letting that 9-bam go. So we're going to call and Kong. So now we're going to let a flower go. And these were discarded earlier. Nobody wanted them. Now this 4-bam, this is the second one out. And we need to Kong there. So we're going to need another joker. But the nice thing is with this hand, we can use any number of jokers. So there's no sweat here. We're going to ignore. Oh, this will be interesting. Let's see if anybody Kongs. No, they didn't. So that's not going to be the joker bait. But we're going to let this flower go first in case somebody might need it. Oh no, look. Look what came in, that 5 crack. Too late. We already let the 4 dot go. Okay, let's just let it go. Might as well. Okay, now we have discards here. This 7 is a discard. Okay, no, we have 1 joker open, the 6 bam here. Oh no, we need 3 jokers now. Ooh, there's 1. Okay, so let's let the north go. A 3 crack, 5. Let's let this 5 crack go. Okay. 1 bams are out, 7 bams out, 3 crack I don't see yet. There it is. There's a 3 crack out. 6 bam for exchange. Thank you. That's our own. Okay, so now we can Kong the 4. There's 1. No, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so we need to pung this 5 at some point. We're still going to need another joker for that 4 man because 3 are out. But this is the beauty of this kind of hand. We can use jokers. So we're going to keep an eye on jokers. Okay, don't need 9. Don't need 9. We have all bams. Bams and jokers. 9 crack. Now, I don't see this tile. 30 tiles remaining. So we're 2 picks into the end game. I think we have just a little bit of wiggle room with this risky tile. It's not out yet. Okay, so 2 multiples now, 2 exposures here. We could pung, and I would, because we can use any number of jokers. We're gonna play to win. We have 1 discard, and it's a safe one because there's the 1 bams are out. We need a joker. Ooh, we're actually ready on a 5 bam. 5 bam. Move that joker over here for the 4. I don't see any 5 bams. We're ready to win. Okay, 2 crack pair, pung with a joker. Is it open for exchange? Yes. Oh, dragon. This was just discarded, I think. Where did I thought I saw, oh, here, green. That was a while ago. Okay, this is going to be a little risky, but we're ready to win. There it is. Mah Jongg. We got it. And we made a mistake. We were on a recovery mission. We pivoted from 369 to consecutive run, leveraged the multiples, and played a hand of least resistance. So you can recover from a mistake. Making mistakes is fine. You can recover most of the times. And if you can't recover, then you just pivot to defense. You fold and block, hoping for a wall game. And then consider that a win. If you don't have to pay, you win. All right. So, any thoughts on that recovery mission? That was interesting, unexpected. We even had a couple gap hand options in there. So, we came from a place of weakness. This game is very flexible. Let's play another game. So, now we're going to sort by suit. We have 3, look at that, 3 flowers. So whatever we do, we're going to use those flowers. Then we have east, south, green, 1/8 bam, 2 crack, 4/5 dot. If these were your tiles, what would you target and what category would you focus on? What would you target and what category would you focus on here? If these were my tiles, I'd target the 5 dot. 5 dot flowers. So what can we do with 5 dot and flowers? We could play, maybe we could play 4/5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe something with the dragon. And I would just stop there because we do have tiles we can pass. 1/8 south. I wouldn't pick a hand. We have really just the flowers and the 5 dot to focus on right now. So we need more fodder. We need fodder to help us make a choice. Okay, so we ended up with like numbers and an east-west. That's not helpful. So we have 2 clear discards. I would not pass like numbers, and I would not recommend passing 2 winds, especially east and west together, because there's several hands that you can use 2 winds with. I mean, that whole category of winds and dragons has east and west. So it's best not to pass winds together. Now, what do we let go of here? We could let the green dragon go, or we can let the 2 crack go. I think what I would do here, I think I'd let the green dragon go, because that 2 crack is in a 4-number range with that 5 dot. If we get a 3, we could do some kind of a 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. It's a long shot because we have no 3. Anytime you have a gap, it's a long shot. But you want to keep your options open. Okay, so a 4 came in. 4, 5. Clearly, we need to focus on 4, 5 of some kind. So now let's pass north 8, 2. North 8, 2. We're focused on 4, 5. We got a pair of these. So anytime you get a new multiple, just reconsider what you're doing. At the moment, we have 2 clear discards, the 1 crack and an 8 crack, or 8 dot, really, because really a 1/8 crack is not bad because you can't use a 1 and an 8 together. We're definitely going to keep going. So maybe what we could do here, we have 3 flowers. Usually you have such a scramble hand after the deal. What then? Oh, well, we had one of those a few minutes ago, and we'll play another game here and we'll talk about it a little. We'll dig into what do you do when you have a scrambled hand. I like to call those widespread. So I'm sure we're going to have an opportunity. And even this one was a scramble because we had a pung of flowers and a pair of 5s. What are you going to do with that? Who knows? There's a lot of things we can do with it. We just have to gather until we have enough direction, enough strength to pick something. Right now, we don't. We need help. So here I would pass east 1, 8. And we picked up an 8. Goodness. Okay, north 8. Now here we have to pass 2 winds because we're going across. We have no choice. Okay, now here's a 4. We have 4, 5. 4, 5 of some kind. And then here we have a south 8. We could let the 4 crack go, but we have a little bit of potential for the concealed consecutive hand. 3, 4, 5, and 2 suits. Maybe we could do 4, 5 crack, 4, 5 dot, flowers. Let's just pass 2. We got the 3. So now let's just pass 2. We got another 3. And there's a hand. 3, 4, 5 with flowers. We're 1 away from set. We're a front runner on this hand. Third hand down on the left. We can Kong the flowers, Kong 3 or 5, and we have our pair. We need 1 good pick and we'll be set for that hand. So we're in good shape. Okay, let's let the drag go. Somebody kept that 8 bam. Oh, I'm surprised nobody took that west. Okay, nobody took the 8 bam. Okay, so let's let that go. Okay, look what came in. 5 crack. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. But we have a hand here with no gaps. We're 1 away from set. I would not be distracted by this 4, 5, but I would keep it for a bit. We have 1 discard before we actually have to pick a hand. Don't need south. Ooh, there's a joker. Okay, so 5 crack just went down. I'd just let it go. We have a hand here with no gaps, so that's what we're going to focus on. That's our pair, so we're good. Ooh, 4 crack pair. Oh, that 5 crack. That's okay. I think we're in good shape for that third hand down. Oh my gosh, the 5 crack came in. We don't need that too. There's our flower. Oh, 2 jokers now. 2 jokers open. I would love to get one of those jokers. Okay, we're at 62 tiles remaining. 61. Okay, we're going to go 2 more picks and then we're going to let this 4 crack go. Another flower? We don't need that. Ooh. Okay, we're at 55 tiles remaining. This is where you want to let your joker bait go. But first we're going to get a joker. Now we'll let it go. It didn't work, but we're now ready, or we're set. We're set to Kong. We're 1 away from ready. 1 discard. Getting that joker was really lucky. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're not going to mahjong yet. We're going to call and Kong. So Kong, discard, ready on a 3 dot. So we're ready on a 3 dot here, 4 dot pair. We need this 3 dot right here. Third hand down under consecutive run. Or we could maybe draw a joker or 3 dot ourselves. Or maybe this 5 dot. Oh, somebody took it. Ooh, ooh. Mah Jongg, we picked a joker. Here we go. 3, 4, 5. Third hand down. That That's a great hand. One pair in there. Okay, so now let's see if we can get a scrambled deal. Okay, how's this, Anne? Is this a good scrambled deal in your book? We have a flower, pair east, red dragon, 2-3 bam, 1-5-7-8 in cracks, 1-2-6 in dots. I'd say that's pretty well scrambled, but like in every hand, there are options. If these were your tiles, what would you target? What would be going through your mind here? Would you say this is scrambled, Anne? If this is not scrambled, what's your definition of scrambled? Let me know what you think. Maybe she left. I would say this is scrambled. So what do you do with these tiles? We do have a multiple in here, a pair of east. I would keep it, see what comes in, but a pair of wins with no other wins is useless. Right now, this pair of east is useless, but we have so many tiles, I think we could keep it just to see if other wins come in. So we're going to keep the east. Let's just see what comes in. So then we have all these tiles to figure out now. One thing that you could do when you have a wide spread, other than that pair of east, we're just going to pretend that's not there for now. You can look for like numbers, and that should reveal a pattern. So just go left to right and name the like numbers in numerical order. So we have 2 2s and 2 1s. 1 2. 1 2 is consecutive. So that's what I'd focus on. 1 2. I would focus on 1 2. 2 1s, 2 2s. We have a 3. We could maybe even do little odds because we have a 3 and a 5 with those ones. So that means that we can let go of the 6, 7, 8. Now this is a little bit risky. That right there is a bit risky. I probably would not do that. With that east pair, I would probably make that pass better by giving up the east. That way we can set ourselves up for success with some kind of a 1, 2, 3 hand, or maybe little odds. The dragon, not sure yet. That probably will go. Okay, we have a 2. So now we have 2, 3 bam, 1, 2 crack, 1, 2 dot. We have Ness. We have Ness. Not much to do though with it at the moment, although we could do north and south with ones, but we have no 1 bam, and we have single north south, super weak, and a gap. I'm talking about the 5th hand down under winds and dragons. I would not do that. And I wouldn't pass a north with east either. I think what I would do here, we have all the 2s. We have a 1, 2, 1, 2, the 5. 5, 7 crack and a pass. This would be a bit risky. I think I would keep the 5 because I wouldn't want to pass a 5, 7. I think I would keep the 2 because we do have potential for like numbers with 2s concealed. Like numbers with 2s concealed. I think what I would do here is let the 3 bam go. And this right here is a great pass. 3, 7, 2 suits. So let's see what we get. Well, that's interesting. We got a 5. Maybe we could play a year hand. We need a white dragon, of course. So we have one clear discard. We have a 5 crack pair. That's our new target. So let's just reassess. We have a 5 crack pair. That's what we need to target now. 5 crack pair. We have a 1, 1. We have 3 2s. I'm thinking a year hand. 2s with 5s. We have an 8 band that we can let go of. Let's let the north go. And then the 1 dot. Either that or the red dragon. I mean, we do have 1 2 1 2 2. Let's let the dragon go. Okay, Anne, I see that you mentioned that yes, it was scrambled. Okay, look, we got a 1 dot. We got a red dragon there. We have 3 wins. So now we have a 1 dot pair, a 5 crack pair. We're still a bit scrambled. So now we're gonna decide if we want to keep going in the Charleston. We don't even know what hand we're playing or what category we're playing, really. We could play maybe a year hand. We could maybe play like numbers with 2s. I'd say we need to keep going. I would not stop the Charleston here. We're in between. If you're in between, you keep going. You pick your strongest option. And the strongest option or the strongest part of our hand would be something with the multiples. So either the 1 or the 5. I'd say because we have 2s, I would focus on a year hand. Even though we have no white dragon, there are all of those hands in that category can use jokers. Don't let the dragon go. What about letting go of the dragon? Probably yes, because I think we should focus on the year category. And there's one hand with an offsuit dragon, and we don't have the right one. We need a green dragon. We would need a green dragon probably because we have cracks. So yes, we're going to keep going. We're going to let the dragon go. We'll let a wind go. And now we have to sacrifice something. So I would keep the year tiles. So I would probably let the 1 crack go. Well, that's interesting. We have a 1 2 1 2 2. We did pick up a pair east. Here's 2 clear discards. Okay, so now we have to sacrifice another tile. I would not pass another wind, I don't think. We have 1 2 1 2 5. I think I would let the 1s go and focus on a year hand. Focus on a year hand, or maybe east and west with 2s. If we get a west long shot, that's a long shot. We got a pung. Oh, look, 1 2 east, second quint. Second quint. We have no jokers. We're not going to do it. Let's let the 1 go. Okay, so now we're on the optional across. Boy, well, this is we're an underdog on this one big time. Let's see here. I would pass 3, south 1 9. Yeah, and I would focus on year tiles. Okay, ooh, look what we got. A green dragon. We could play that 3rd year hand. 2 dot, year tiles, 2 5 crack green dragon. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Well, looky there. We got the dragon. So, year hand. We're playing a year hand. Oh, too bad they're not using a joker. Ooh, year tile. Thank you. Okay, now we have a pung of yeast we don't need. We're just going to let it go. It looks impressive, but it's not. Let's let it go. Now, incidentally, we could maybe still even play like numbers with twos. We have all three twos. Okay, now that we don't need. We're going to let the winds go. All right, now we can't call anything. We don't have any jokers to help us. We would need to pung if we play the third hand down. So we're just going to let it go and wait. Patience is a virtue. Ooh, there's 7 crack pair. Let's just wait and see if we can maybe leverage that. Oh no, there goes a 2 bam. Oh, here's our joker bait. Nobody wanted it. Oh, look, we got a white dragon. Okay, now let's just look at our options here. 2, 5, second hand down. We could do 2, 2, white dragon, zeros. Then we could do 2, 5. We could play the concealed hand, actually. I think we're probably closer to the concealed hand. Or we could play like numbers with twos. Concealed. Okay, 5 crack. 5 crack, 2, 5. I think I would focus on either the second hand under the year or the concealed hand. We have everything we need for both of those. Well, we don't have everything. We need to build. Okay, now here's second 2 crack. We can't do anything here. Don't need 9. Joker. Awesome. Okay, so now, since we have a pair of dragons, the white, I think this green needs to go. And we could play the second hand down under the year, the concealed hand, and I would not focus on like numbers unless we get a 5 dot, because then we could leverage the 5s. So let's just see what comes. The 2s are going down. Now here, we could pung and play that second hand down. How many 5 cracks are out? No 5 cracks are out. 2 cracks are out. I think we're better off to go with the concealed hand because 2 cracks are out. We would need a joker for that 2 crack if we play the second hand down. If we play the concealed hand, we wouldn't need the 2 crack. We need this flower. We have the 2 dot, white dragon for 0, 2 bam, 5 crack. And we can use jokers in there. I think I would just let that go. We're just going to let it go. I would just hold that, just see what we can get. Don't need 7. Okay, 8 crack is out. Let's let this dragon go. Okay, just always keep an eye on trends. We have a 4, 5. Let's let the 8 go. I think that 4 can go. Okay, we're concealed unless we punt or pivot to the second hand down. I wouldn't, because we need a joker. We'd have to use a joker to pung, and we need a joker for this 2 crack. I'd let it go. I think we should play the concealed hand. There goes our a 5 dot came in. Now I would consider switching to like numbers with 5s. Like numbers with 5s concealed, because all the 2s are going down. See? We need a flower. Joker. Okay, now let's just keep an eye on the second hand down under the year, because we're in between. This 2 crack can go. There are too many out to use it. That's out. We don't need that. Okay, now this 8 dot looks like it's a little risky because of the player on our right. They have 4, 6 dot. New players might think, oh no, they're playing 2, 4, 6, 8, and I've got an 8 dot here. But have no fear. All the 8 dots are out, and that's the wrong shape. 4 dot pung with a Kong of 6s. They're playing, let's see, 4 dot pung with a Kong. They're playing 4, 5, 6, no, 3. What are they doing with a 6 dot pung Kong? 4, 5. What? 4, 6. 4. Oh, no. I thought, ooh, they're playing a quint, but no, they're not, because that 6 would need to be a quint. 4 dot pung with a Kong of 6s. My mind is not working right, because I don't see where this is. Oh, wait. 4, 6. Okay, 5th hand down. 6th hand down under consecutive run. 4, 5 dot. 4, 5 dot with double dragons. They need red and green dragons, pair. So that's, I think, what they're doing. 3rd hand from the bottom under consecutive run, 4, 5 dot. So they're going to have our 5 dot. But if we get a flower, we're going to be in good shape for either the concealed hand under the year or the concealed hand under like numbers. So let's discard this one, this 8 dot. So we have their tile, this 5 dot. I think that's what they're doing. If somebody thinks they're doing something else, let me know. Well, yeah, we don't need that. Okay, we have 5 more picks, and we have 3 discards. It's getting pretty tight. We probably should fold, especially if we get a risky tile. That was just thrown, so we can throw that. A 3. There's one right here. Little bit risky. Oh my goodness. There's a joker over there. Oh, we got a 2 crack. That's not helpful though. Let's see here. So 2 crack, 2 5, 2 white, 5 dot. We need to use that. I think we should. I would not throw a 5 right now. This player to our right, they need that 5. The player across from us, they could need a 5 dot. The player to our left, they could need a 5. We need to let these 2s go. Nobody wants them. We only have 3 more picks. That 1, 2, that's out. Oh, somebody just folded. We kind of need that flower. We got the flower. Nice. Well, yeah, we're pretty much done. But we ended up with that pair of flowers, which is nice. 3 bam. Okay, so we're going to throw the joker. Okay, wall game. So look at, we got 3 away, which is, that's good, but could be better. But we did end up with a hand with no gaps. We were in between for the entire game, in between concealed year and concealed like numbers. It was worth the effort, I think. And here's the double dragon hand. So they did have the 5 dot. Up here across from us, they also needed 5s. The player to our left also needed 5s. Everybody wanted 5s. That's why it was a struggle. Okay. What do you think about this live stream, these games? Did you enjoy it? I had fun. There were some challenging deals in there. If you have any ideas on what you'd like to work on in these Learning Lab Player Editions, let me know. I usually come with a hand-picked topic or demo of some kind. We focused on in the first hand, we discarded a tile that we needed and did a recovery mission, and we were successful. And then the rest of the time, we just focused on hand development. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Nora. Okay, so we'll be back every Tuesday from 1 to 2. Please join us if you're free, and you can always watch the reposts. These automatically repost so you can binge watch if you miss them. Just go to my YouTube channel and you can search for Learning Lab Player Edition or just Learning Lab Player, and all those videos will come up. So we'll see you again next week. And I want to say thank you to our moderators for helping monitor the chat today. I appreciate you. Also, for those of you who just hang out with us when we do these live streams, thank you very much for joining us and for sharing about MAHJLIFE with your friends, because the more people gain confidence playing this game, the more fun we can all have at the table. So also, just a reminder, go to Facebook if you use Facebook and search for Learning Lab #MAHJLIFE and join that group. There you can ask any questions you like in a safe space, and vetted instructors are there to help. They can answer questions on the rules. They could also help with strategy and sportsmanship, even skills and things like that. So please check that out, and then we'll see you again next week. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click that little gray bell to get all notifications. That way you won't miss any opportunities to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.